Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause here, and I've got a terrible article for you, but let's go over it. 4 killed, 43 wounded in weekend shootings in Chicago. 43 wounded in one weekend in Chicago. This is why you don't make your city a sanctuary city. 4 people were killed and 43 others were wounded, including a dozen teenagers in shootings in Chicago over the weekend, according to police. More than 1,700 people have been shot in the city this year, about 180 fewer than this time last year, when violence reached levels not seen in 2 decades. Yeah, because 1,700 people being shot at this point already. Because we're only in June, so at the end of June of last year, I mean, that's a war zone. This article was actually titled, they must have changed the title here, because it was like originally titled Warzone Chicago, basically. There have been at least 313 homicides this year, 8 fewer than this time last year, according to the data collected by the Tribune. I mean, this isn't funny, but 313 people were killed, and that's actually fewer than the year before. Jesus. Among those killed this past weekend was a 17-year-old boy. He got in an argument and basically got shot. 2 men were killed Saturday night that were 29 and 44. And a 21-year-old man was on the porch of a home when 2 men got out of a yellow car, walked up, and opened fire. And so that's what's going on in Chicago. If you're in the bad parts of Chicago, don't fuck with people. I mean, you should never, mess with people, because you don't know what they have, what they're capable of, what they're willing to do. Like that one kid got in an argument with someone, got shot. That's why you don't get in arguments with people. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that's why I don't mess with people when I'm out in public. I just walk away. Attorney General, and then there's some good news, though. From CNN, there's a Justice Department unveils plan to fight violent crime in 12 cities. And basically says Attorney General Jeff Sessions said the new program will specifically focus on reducing gun crime, drug trafficking, and gang violence. And it's a new program called National Public Safety Partnership. I'm not going to go through all of this. I just want to, get this out quickly, kind of summarize it for you. But basically, there are 2 different paths. There's the operations approach, which is a 3-year commitment, strategic site liaison assigned, annual customized training summit, expedited delivery of assistance in 7 core areas: federal partnerships, crime analysis, technology, gun violence, criminal justice, collaboration, community engagement, investigations. And then there's peer learning and exposure to a community of practice. So this is much more about, training, basically. And then, and actually, like, getting proper weapons and technology in the hands of officers. And then you have the diagnostic approach, which is much more about the analytics and collecting data and trying to figure out exactly what's driving the crime. So it says it's an 18-month commitment. It's not surprising that it's less, because it takes less time to find data than it does to train officers up. And then there's a stakeholder relationship building, governance structure and leadership analysis, capacity building, data collection and analysis, proposed training and technical assistance, plan, development, implementation, and evaluation, community engagement, and violence reduction strategies. To learn more about the diagnostic sites, visit the site. And as you can see, here are all of the places that this program exists. The blues, they're the pilot operation sites, formerly VRN. These were, a lot of these started under President Obama, apparently. So, like Flint, Michigan, and Lansing, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois. A lot of big cities they're going for. Oakland, Compton. But then you have your 2017 operation sites and 2017 diagnostic sites. So the green ones are the diagnostic, and the dark blue ones are the operations. And it's meant for, so that cities can choose what would fit them best, basically. They're trying to get away from a one-size-fits-all. And so, a lot of these places, they might just need more training and guns and technology, basically. Whereas these other cities might not know what the problem is as much, and they might want to get the data to, figure out what is driving crime to kind of use a precision target. If gangs are driving crime, you want to go after certain gangs, and then all the other crime will go away, or will cut down, So then, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but here's, like another graphic if you want to read it. Basically, there's different people in power. So there's an analyst and an office champion from the DOJ, and then there's like executive leadership, like a mayor. And then on the other side here, we have like attorneys' offices that are getting involved. Then there's like a strategic site liaison, and there's a DOJ law enforcement champion. So they're slightly different paths, but and then you have all these different law enforcement that will aid with their field offices. So hopefully this works out and helps. They did run some pilots, and it called the Violence Reduction Network, VRN. That's why it's called formally VRN. And hopefully it works. But this is 4 killed, 43 wounded in a weekend in Chicago. I mean, that sounds like something you'd expect for an entire state. That's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. And how do these mayors stay in office? That's what I want to know. How can you live here and be happy with how the city is going? Well, have a good one, guys.